Good morning. My name is Sylvia Rodee, and I am one of the members of the Annual Fund. I'd like to share a verse with you from 1 John chapter 3:17. But whoever has the world's goods and sees his brother in need and closes his heart against him, how does the love of God abide in him? Two things occurred in the last year that made me more closely examine my relationship with money, whether I was looking at it from a position of abundance or scarcity. The first was that I lost my job. And in losing my job, I realized that I have been financially blessed. Not the typical reaction for most people, I know. I had enough of a buffer that I did not need to immediately look for a new position, which confounded the career counselor who had been assigned to me to help me find a new position. Instead, I lived life without setting an alarm for the first time in forever. I traveled some. I discovered Austin, Texas, and presidential libraries, all of which I highly recommend. And I spent a week with my parents while my dad was in the hospital, which brought peace to both me as well as my folks, something I would not have been able to do with my more than full-time job that I had left. Losing my job made me think about how I was spending both my money and my time, what was dragging me down, and most importantly, what was bringing me joy. The second incident happened while I was sitting by my father's bedside. A friend from high school posted on Facebook that he was once again without reliable transportation, and transportation was critical to his job as he needs to supply his own car for deliveries. I thought, what a blessing it is to be financially stable. And I thought about the peace of mind that comes from knowing that I could pay for any car repairs or almost any other emergency that comes my way. I decided to reach out to my high school classmates and ask them to come together to give a Christmas gift to our friend, one which I hoped would help him to secure reliable transportation. I experienced the joy in giving that was unlike many of my past Christmases. What was amazing was that every check and donation I received for a classmate was like receiving a gift myself. And I know from the notes that accompanied those gifts, my classmates felt that in giving, they were being given a gift. By coming together, we were able to raise $5,000, which was enough for our friend to buy a desperately needed used car. Every Sunday, we as a congregation pray together, "Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." And we as a church family are working together to build a community without walls. The Annual Fund has been asking for your prayerful donations, and our deadline was hopefully for February 14th. We are about 30% of the way there, so many of you, like me, probably have that form in a pile near your bills. If you could this week prayerfully consider your donation and get that into the church so that we can plan for next year's budget, it would be much appreciated. This will help to support our arts ministry, music, worship services, so they demonstrate our extravagant welcome to other brothers and sisters who are looking for a faith community. This will help us to support pastoral internships, our Sunday school, our whole lives, and fellowship staffing and programming to better meet the needs of our youth. This will help us to support renovations to the building, including refreshing Pilgrim Hall and our showers to welcome our brothers and sisters who are homeless. And this will help us to expand our support of missions outside of our walls, such as Common Hope in Guatemala, and even allow us to enter into new partnerships for social justice and education that we are even now beginning to imagine. The verse from John talks about how we react to seeing our brothers and sisters in need. Do we close our hearts, or do we recognize the abundance and blessings that we have received and share that bounty of our highest gifts with the Lord? And now let us give our morning offering.